Yo, what's going on, guys? Johnny GB here, bringing you guys week 8 of the ICBA. Now, this is a couple weeks late. I was out of town last week. Did not get a chance to record the battle at all last week. But now I'm back, bringing you guys the battle versus U-Turn Crobat. Link to his channel will be in the description down below. You guys see on the team, we brought Jirachi, KEKleon, Serena, Primarina, Mega Gyarados, and Jolteon. All of which I felt had a really good matchup. Serena was really needed for the Excadrill. I did not have a very reliable switch into Excadrill. Then we also have on U-Turn side, we got Greninja, Sylveon, Ninetales, Vaporeon, Excadrill, and Latios. So we're going to get right into the battle here. And this was a very, very close match. I can't really stress out how close this battle was. So I'm going to lead off with Jirachi here. I'm Choice Scarfed because just Choice Scarfed Jirachi matched up really well, especially with him having Greninja. I can click U-Turn. He also has 2 Ice types. So Jirachi was a very good bring this week. As I'm just going to click U-Turn versus Greninja. He does have Protean Greninja, so I have to treat that as a threat. And I have KEKleon here, just very useful against it special-wise. It's a Assault Vest KEKleon with Drain Punch, Shadow Sneak, Thunder Punch, which is actually for the Vaporeon. And he's actually going to go hard into Vaporeon right now. As I click Knockoff, which is right away a good thing, get rid of the leftovers on Vaporeon. That way Vaporeon's not getting HP back, even though it can use Wish. But he's going to go for the Scald here. It's going to do very little damage to KEKleon. And I'm going to go for the Thunder Punch here, just to try and see how much damage. I don't have any attack EVs on this KEKleon, but that actually did a very good amount, and unfortunately for him, he does get paralyzed. Now, I just go for the Drain Punch here. I really predicted him to switch out into something else. I wasn't expecting him to keep Vaporeon in. Because it is one of his Wish Passers. I mean, he does have Sylveon, so he has double Wish Passing, which is very scary. And really regret not going for Thunder Punch there to potentially knock out the Vaporeon. And here is a mistake again. I go out into my Gyarados here. Instead of just clicking Thunder Punch, I was really predicting him to click Protect and try and gain HP back. But instead, he got paralyzed, so there was a chance I could have gotten rid of this Vaporeon very early on in the game. But here comes Mega Gyarados. I'm not too sure what Vaporeon wants to do. I just set up a sub because I know Scald can't break my sub at all. So the only thing I have to bank on is if he has Roar, which he did show the Roar. So it was good for me to see what set he actually is. And Primarina getting dragged out is actually very good because I am sub-leftovers set. So I can't really touch the Vaporeon much. I have Moonblast, Surf, and Ice Beam, I believe. So I'm just going to go out to my Jirachi here and kind of just scare him out. My Jirachi does have Energy Ball for the Vaporeon. But he's going to go out to Bubblegum the Sylveon. I figured he was going to go to Sylveon because it can pretty much just tank all special hits that my Primarina can throw. And I'm just going to click U-Turn here as Vaporeon comes back in. And that does give me free switches to Serena, which allows me to Rapid Spin. But I go Jolteon here pretty much just to really pressure his Vaporeon out. And this Jolteon is, I believe, Choice Specs this week. No, we're actually Magnet Rise Jolteon. We're Magnet Rise Jolteon because of Excadrill, and I was predicting Excadrill to come in here. And it did not. I did not have Volt Switch either. I was Magnet Rise, Shadow Ball, HP Fire, and Thunderbolt. Yeah, that's the set. So he's going to go for the Hyper Voice here. It's going to do very little Jirachi. And here at this point I was thinking, I have to preserve Jirachi because I can't come in to take the spikes damage anymore, and having to switch it into Sylveon Hyper Voices, I gotta really keep it alive to take on that Ninetales and that Sylveon. That's my only way to actually deal with them. I'm going Serena here. And that's mostly to Rapid Spin. I really needed a Rapid Spin, that way I can get these spikes off my field. I can always check Greninja with Jirachi, so getting rid of these spikes is actually very helpful to my team. And seeing that his Sylveon's left over, showing me that he really has a very defensive team. I'm just going for Trop Kick so I can see if this is a defensive or especially defensive Sylveon. And he's actually going to show a Baton Pass, which works out for me because now I get to see what he goes out to. He goes out to United Era, the Latios, in which my only really switch to Latios is Jirachi. And he's going to actually hard switch right into his Sylveon, which confused me at this point in the battle. I think he was predicting my Primarina to come in, which he does make a very good prediction there. So right now the battle is just a lot of switching, a lot of predicting on both of our parts, and really just doesn't have either of us in a solid position. I do have his Vaporeon paralyzed, so that's about the extent of God, excuse this cough. Allergies right now in the summertime are just draining me. But Primarina's Surf there does very minimal to Sylveon, and he's going to use Wish, so he has double Wish passing going on right here, and that actually really worried me because I had nothing to really break this double Wish passing. If I would have got rid of Vaporeon earlier, it would have been a lot easier for me to deal with this double Wish passing. But I ended up over-predicting there on the Vaporeon. Now I'm just forced to always come in and check this Sylveon. But he's going to go into Lavesk. The Excadrill, I figured it was Mold Breaker because he doesn't have any sand, so there's no reason to really bring Sand Force this week. But now I go to Serena because he may want to set up Stealth Rocks to weaken my Mons even more. And that's what he does. I'm just going to go for the Trop Kick just because it is effective, and we can also... oh no, I actually click U-turn here. I click U-turn predicting him to actually switch out, and it ends up biting me in the butt here because Serena could have potentially Trop Kicked and dealt a great amount of damage to this Excadrill. He's going to withdraw his Excadrill. He's going to go into his Vaporeon here, as I just click Drain Punch just to get some of the HP I lost from the Stealth Rocks. And it now puts Vaporeon in range of the Thunder Punch, which I'm actually going to go for here this turn. I wasn't taking any chances on Vaporeon setting up a Wish, him being saved. I just wanted the Vaporeon gone off the field. KEKleon will be picking up a kill here. And since I went for Thunder Punch here, I figured Excadrill would come in, but he actually goes Sylveon here. And he goes for the Hyper Voice, and you're going to see it just does very little here because of the Assault Vest. I go for Knockoff to get rid of this Sylveon's leftovers. Just getting rid of that constant recovery every turn just helps me out later on in this battle so much. Now I'm withdrawing. I'm going for Shadow Sneak here because I know he's going to stay in. He's going to click Hyper Voice. But I'm going to show the Shadow Sneak here to show that you're not going to hit me for super effective damage this turn. So KEKleon just really putting in the work here. He's going to go for the Wish, as I'm just going to click Thunder Punch right here just to deal a large amount of damage to his Sylveon. And it does a decent amount of damage. Doesn't do a great amount. But here is the Protect, and pretty much just going to get all that HP back. And believe one of these turns is when he does go Excadrill, knowing that I'm just going to click Thunder Punch, and I believe this is, yep, he does go Excadrill, predicting the Thunder Punch. Now, I do have the Drain Punch I could have predicted, and I didn't end up doing that. But this allows me to get out to my Serena. Earthquake's going to do very little. I'm physically defensive with a little bit of special defense in there. He's going to go for the Earthquake. It's going to do very low. I think it does about 25, maybe 20% to my Serena. I do have Synthesis on here. He's going to go for the Iron Head, as I was clicking Rapid Spin this turn. Now, I'm really worried here because he does outspeed me, and I did not want my Serena falling. He's going to go for the Stealth Rocks, actually, which helps me a lot, as I'm just going to go for the Trop Kick, as I go for Synthesis, because Serena can 1v1 in Excadrill. Even as you guys are going to see here with Iron Head flinches, Serena can still 1v1, as he's just going to click Iron Head, and he will get the flinch this first turn. He's going to go for another Iron Head, not get the flinch, and I'm going to be able to click Synthesis, get my HP back. Serena putting in the work this game, really just dealing with this Excadrill. And he's just going to continue to Iron Head. I thought he could have had plenty of chances to go out to his Latios, actually. I'm going to go for the Trop Kick, and for those that don't know what Trop Kick does, it lowers the attack 100% every time of the opponent. He's going to go for Iron Head. Now he's going to have to rely on a flinch here. He does get it, and I'm forced to withdraw my Serena. That way it's not going to fall to the Excadrill. And I actually go out to my Gyarados because a -1 Iron Head does not do a lot to me. Now I did have a little bit of mistake here on this prep. My Gyarados was actually Adamant, not Jolly, when I did the team building. But he's going to withdraw. He's going to go out to Bubblegum, the Sylveon, and I'm going to set up a Dragon Dance. Now Sylveon, this was a roll. This was a very close chance that it did not KO. I go for the Waterfall, and it does pick up the KO on Sylveon. Sylveon's going to fall, and now he's going to have to be forced out to his Peppermint, which is his Choice Scarf Ninetales. At the time I was playing this, I did not know it was Choice Scarfed. So I stayed in, and he ended up outspeeding me. That didn't affect the Jolly versus Adamant part, because he was Choice Scarf. There's 28 points of speed difference there. But I go out to Jirachi, and again, I did not know this thing was Choice Scarfed. He did very good job of actually hiding that this thing was Choice Scarfed, until he did outspeed my Gyarados. But since he was locked into Moonblast, he couldn't really attack me with Moonblast because it still would do very little to Jirachi. So I just click U-turn here, and this allows me to get out into my KEKleon, see if KEKleon can pick up a second kill on Excadrill. I am going to take the Stealth Rock damage, which is going to hurt. I'm also going to take Hail damage this turn, which is not good for KEKleon because he can click Iron Head here. And I'm just going to click Shadow Sneak. It's going to pick off his Excadrill. KEKleon with 2 kills this game, proving to be one of those underrated low-tier mons. But this is the play right here. This is part of the game pretty much that seals the deal for me. He's going to go out to his Ninetales. He's going to click Blizzard. He's going to connect the Blizzard, and KEKleon will come through living with 14 HP, as I'm going to knock off this Ninetales Choice Scarf, which now makes it an easy revenge kill for my Jirachi. And at this point, we are just going to let KEKleon fall. KEKleon did what it needed to do, picked up 2 kills, got rid of this Ninetales Choice Scarf, and we're going to weaken the Ninetales a little bit for me, because I actually did not have Iron Head on my Jirachi, I don't believe. I had Healing Wish, I had Energy Ball U-turn, so I really just did not think about bringing Ironhead in this matchup, but I'm just going to go out to Primarina, scare him out, and just damage something else on his team. He goes out to his Latios, which I'm just going to click Surf, and he's actually going to go for a Z move this next turn, as he is going to go for the Z trick, and I am going to click Ice Beam this turn because it hits Latios for super effective damage. You're going to see the Z trick right here, giving the Latios +1 speed. This was pretty much to try and sweep. But I'm just going to go for Ice Beam, and Latios is going to fall. Pretty much that was his only hope. He doesn't fall. He does have Thunderbolt, but Primarina has the base. I believe it's like 115 special defense. And Primarina is going to eat that up and then finally pick it off with an Ice Beam. So Primarina also picking up a kill this game alongside KEKleon's 2 kills. Primarina and KEKleon turning into 2 of my favorite mons to use in the League format right now. But this just allows him to go out into Ninetales, click Freeze Dry, pick up a free kill. Actually, he goes to Breakneck the Greninja. Forget that he still has this Greninja in the back, and I had the opportunity to switch out predicting the Gunk Shot, but I think it was best for me just to let Primarina drop and just go out to Jolteon at this point. Click Thunderbolt twice for the game. I can see he had the Latios there with the +1 speed because of Jolteon. He needed to outspeed the Jolteon. Jolteon's just going to click Thunderbolt. Down goes the Protean Greninja. And he goes out to Ninetales, and this is actually a roll on the Ninetales. It had me a little worried whether Life Orb Thunderbolt would kill, and it was very close. He was about 60% HP, and it did 56 to 70, I believe, on Thunderbolt. So it was a roll in my favor, but like that, we're going to pick up a win. And we're going to advance to 3 and 4, I believe. Might be 4 and 4. 3 and 4, actually, this week, because we do have a makeup to play Spanic and the Alabama Crimson Surf next week. But good game, U-Term. He is, I believe, already locked into the playoffs. We are trying to make a playoff push here late in the season. But if you guys enjoyed this battle, go ahead and leave a like on the video, comment your guys' support, and subscribe for more Pokemon Wi-Fi battles. But until then, guys, I am Johnny GB, and I'm out.